What if the reason your last long ride felt like punishment had nothing to do with your age? Most riders over 60 quietly assume the aches are just part of the deal now. The buzzing hands, the stiff back, the knees that feel 10 years older after a few hours in the saddle. But behind the scenes, something interesting has been happening in the motorcycle world, something most riders haven't noticed yet. A handful of Japanese manufacturers have been quietly building machines that approach riding comfort in a completely different way. Not faster, not louder, just smarter. Bikes designed to work with the rider instead of against them, especially in this stage of life. And today, we're looking at 7 Japanese adventure motorcycles that seem almost purpose-built for that philosophy. Machines focused on comfort, balance, and real-world rideability. But one bike on this list, the number 1, changes the entire conversation about what a comfortable motorcycle can actually feel like. And once you see it, you may never look at long-distance riding the same way again. Starting things off is a motorcycle most people completely misjudge. At first glance, it looks like a hardcore off-road machine built for rally racers blasting through deserts. But here's the surprising truth. The Honda CRF 300L Rally might actually be one of the easiest, most confidence-inspiring bikes you can ride on real roads. And once you understand why, it suddenly makes a lot more sense. On paper, the seat height sounds intimidating. Tall, adventure style, almost aggressive. But the moment you swing a leg over, something unexpected happens. The weight is incredibly low, perfectly centralized, and within minutes most riders completely forget about the height. And that's where the magic starts. Everything about this bike feels light, effortless, almost playful. Filtering through traffic? Easy. Tight, unfamiliar back roads? No stress. Even that awkward slow U-turn in a parking lot when you realize you missed the exit. This bike handles it like it's nothing. Now yes, the engine is small, but that's actually the secret. Instead of sudden surges or surprises, the power builds in a smooth, predictable line. No drama, no intimidation. And when you're riding for hours, relaxed and focused on the road, that predictability becomes more valuable than raw horsepower. Fuel economy is excellent too, meaning fewer stops, longer rides, and more freedom between decisions. Now to be fair, it's not the plushest seat on this list. In fact, later on you'll see bikes that absolutely destroy it in the comfort department. But as an entry point back into riding, or a lightweight machine you can fully trust, this little Honda earns its place. And the next bike takes comfort in a completely different direction. Now we move into territory that serious riders quietly swear by. The Kawasaki Versus 650 has been building a loyal following for years, almost under the radar. And the moment you ride one, the reason becomes obvious. Kawasaki designed this bike around something many manufacturers forget: the human body. The riding position is tall and upright. Your lower back stays relaxed. Your wrists stay neutral. Your shoulders stay loose. 2 hours into a ride, 3 hours, and something strange happens. You're still comfortable. No white-knuckling the bars. No shifting around trying to find relief. That level of ergonomic design is rare. But the engine is another surprise. This parallel twin is smoother than most riders expect. Instead of harsh vibrations buzzing through the bars, you feel a mellow pulse. Calm, friendly, controlled. The mid-range power hits a perfect balance too. Strong enough for confident highway riding, but relaxed enough to feel completely civil in town. Then there's the touring capability. Plenty of luggage options, solid wind protection, and a reliability record built over hundreds of thousands of real-world miles. This is the kind of motorcycle riders quietly keep for years. Dependable doesn't even begin to describe it. But here's the interesting part. As impressive as the Versus is for all-day comfort, there's a bike later on this list that takes the same philosophy and refines it to a completely different level. And when we get there, you'll understand why riders talk about it so much. But first, we need to talk about a motorcycle that has built almost a cult following. Few bikes in the adventure world have the reputation of the Yamaha Tenera 700. And that reputation didn't happen by accident. Most bikes in this category are designed to cover ground quickly. The Tenera was built to handle whatever ground you throw at it. Gravel roads, mountain passes, cold highway miles where the wind shifts and the temperature drops. And through all of it, the bike just keeps going. At the heart of the machine is Yamaha's legendary CP2 engine. Smooth, linear, reliable. It doesn't snap or lunge like aggressive performance engines. It just pulls, cleanly, predictably, effortlessly. Riders talk about this engine the way people talk about old friends. Trustworthy, familiar, always there when you need it. Then there's the suspension. It absorbs rough roads far better than most riders expect. And on long rides, that translates directly to less fatigue in your back and less tension in your arms. The riding position is upright and commanding. You don't feel like you're attacking the road. You feel like you're surveying it. Now, it's not the lightest option here. And if you mainly ride in tight city traffic, there are better choices. But if adventure and distance are part of your riding identity, the Tenera becomes more than transportation. It becomes a partner. And speaking of upgrades, the next bike arrives with a mission to improve a legendary formula. When the Suzuki Vstrom 800 arrived, it had a clear goal. Take everything riders loved about the V-strom lineup for the last 2 decades and make it better. The first thing you notice is the engine. A 776 cubic centimeters parallel twin with a unique 270-degree firing order. And that firing order changes everything. Instead of feeling like a typical parallel twin, this engine has a deep, satisfying rhythm. At highway speeds, around 70 miles per hour, it almost feels alive beneath you. Smooth, relaxed, engaging. The kind of motor that makes you smile for absolutely no reason. Then there's the wind protection. Suzuki engineered the fairing and adjustable windscreen to create a genuine calm bubble around the rider. Your chest isn't fighting the wind. Your neck isn't straining. You're simply riding. And that distinction matters enormously when you're spending entire days in the saddle. Modern electronics quietly work in the background too. Traction control, multiple riding modes, cornering ABS. They're not intrusive. They're just there, giving you an invisible safety margin. If comfort and modern technology matter equally to you, the V-strom 800 becomes a very serious contender. But now things get interesting, because the next motorcycle on this list might be the most underrated one of all. The Honda NX 500 arrived without much hype. No massive marketing push, no dramatic unveiling, and many riders walked right past it on showroom floors. That was a mistake, because this bike was built around accessibility. The seat height is approachable. The weight is genuinely manageable. And the 471 cubic centimeters engine, incredibly smooth. You could ride through heavy city traffic for an hour, step off the bike, and still feel completely fresh. Honda's build quality is exactly what you'd expect. Everything fits perfectly. Nothing rattles. Nothing feels temporary. There's a quiet solidity here that makes the bike feel far more premium than its price suggests. The riding position is upright and relaxed. Wind protection is respectable, and the seat actually provides real support instead of the firm slabs you often find on performance bikes. It's forgiving, confidence-building, the kind of motorcycle that encourages you to ride more, not less. But now we're entering the top tier, and the next name is one most experienced riders already know. The Suzuki Vstrom 650 has been around for years. But here's the thing. Instead of constantly reinventing the bike, Suzuki simply kept refining it. Year after year, real feedback from real riders slowly shaped this machine into something special. At the heart of it sits one of the most beloved engines in this class. A character-rich V-twin. It pulls enthusiastically from low revs, settles into a calm highway cruise, and never demands your attention when you'd rather watch the scenery. Vibration is minimal. Fuel delivery is smooth. Everything about the bike feels natural. Then there are the ergonomics. Wide handlebars place your arms perfectly. The seat offers real cushioning across rail distance. The windscreen deflects wind without creating helmet turbulence. Every part of this motorcycle sends the same message. Someone actually thought about the rider. And here's another huge advantage. It's one of the most affordable bikes on this entire list, which means more money left for the real purpose of riding. Fuel, trips, gear, experiences. The V-Strom 650 isn't flashy, but on a 2-day mountain ride with a bag strapped to the back, it might become the most satisfying bike you've ever owned. And yet, one motorcycle still sits above it. Not because it's faster, not because it's more aggressive, but because it understands something most bikes completely ignore. The number one spot goes to a motorcycle designed around a simple but powerful idea. Make riding effortless. The Honda NC750X might be the most intelligently engineered, everyday motorcycle Honda has ever produced. Start with the engine. A 750 cubic centimeters parallel twin that is unbelievably smooth. Not explosive, not aggressive, just incredibly refined. Low-end torque means you're never hunting for gears in traffic. Highway cruising requires barely any throttle. The bike quietly does its job while your mind focuses on the road. But Honda did something brilliant with the design. Instead of placing the fuel tank where most bikes do, they moved it under the seat. That freed up a huge lockable storage compartment where the tank normally sits. Big enough for a full face helmet, or groceries, or daily gear. A small idea that completely changes everyday usability. Then there's Honda's famous DCT transmission, the dual clutch system, for riders dealing with knee fatigue in traffic, or those who simply want a more relaxed ride. This feature is transformative. It shifts automatically when you want, or allows manual paddle control when you feel like it. No stalling, no clutch fatigue, no mechanical hassle, just pure riding. Fuel economy is excellent. Seat comfort ranks among the best in the class. Wind protection works beautifully at highway speeds. And Honda's reliability record for this platform is, frankly, extraordinary. Everything about the NC750X serves one purpose. Let the rider enjoy the ride, not fight the bike, not manage the bike, just ride. And honestly, that might be the most important feature of all. So those are 7 Japanese adventure motorcycles that respect your body, your experience, and your time on the road. Now I'm curious, if you had to pick just one of these bikes for a 2-week road trip starting tomorrow, which one would you choose? And why? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one.